Good morning from Lithuania. So finally I'm in Lithuania right now and I'm gonna be going to the cathedral. We landed early morning around 8:30. Right after landing I wanted my coffee and that is why I came in a nearby cafe right in front of the cathedral, and after my coffee's done I'm gonna head towards the best landmark of Vilnius, which is the Vilnius Cathedral. So as you can see in front of me is this Vilnius Cathedral, and it's the center of all spiritual activities in Vilnius. It is built on a pagan site and was built only after Lithuania became a Christian state. This is the bell tower and it gives the hourly bell every time. Place is also very significant because this is exactly where all the coronation and national ceremonies take place, right here in this square where the cathedral is based. And the cathedral has really amazing architecture from the exteriors. I'll show you, which is making it look so aesthetically pleasing. If you can see, this is the square where all these ceremonies that I told you about take place. It's a massive area over here. Like, there's so much that you can do with this space. These are the stairs to the tower, and this tower is pretty tall if you see. And from here you can see the whole Vilnius center. That's the Amberton Hotel, and these are the rest of the buildings. Last remaining tower of Upper Castle Vilnius, and this tower is named after Grand Duke Gediminas. You can also say that this is the place where Vilnius was born, and according to some stories, the Grand Duke who basically made this castle had a dream of an iron wolf, which led him to accomplish this task of building this castle. I don't know how much truth there is in this story, but this is what I've heard from a few locals. So let's go inside and see how it is. Flag of Ukraine for solidarity, and this is the castle. If you see, it's like a square enclosed area. That they're very respectful and very poised, calm. But there's one thing that is slightly different from the other countries that I've visited so far in Europe, that I find them very humble and down to earth. Like, I got to talk to a couple of locals, and the way they were talking to me, it felt like I'm talking to someone really humble and having no sense of arrogance or that self-absorbed feeling that I get with certain locals in Europe. So that's something that struck me the most about them. I am basically going towards Bernardin Church, which is one of the most popular churches, and is said to have a very Gothic architecture. So I'm pretty excited to see that. It was also very nearby from the Vilnius Cathedral Square, so I'm trying to like keep my itinerary close on a walking distance, and I'm avoiding things that are far away. Also, another interesting fact about Lithuania is that obviously it's a very small country, but I don't see a lot of people here, and I haven't seen any immigrant yet, other than one cab driver. But then the thing with cab drivers is that whenever I go to any country, I always see an immigrant driving cab or an immigrant delivering food. So this is a pattern, maybe because of the fact that there are less opportunities for immigrants in terms of the job market, and a lot of the times they're only reduced to having these kind of odd jobs for survival. So it is how it is. Unfortunately, we're living in a time where it's rare that you get to have what you really deserve. But I think that one should keep trying and not just like give up, because you never know when you're oh my god, I was about to slip. So yeah, so you never know when the next big opportunity is gonna knock your door, so don't ever turn away from the door. On my way to Bernardine Church, this is a street that I've entered, and it's a very very narrow street. You see, like literally this is me walking on the small pedestrian walkway, and hardly a small car can get in. Maybe if it tries hard, it can get stuck, and there's very little possibility of reversing in this kind of narrow street. And this is the marvelous church that I'm talking about. This church has survived almost every historical chapter Lithuania has experienced, and was built in the 15th century, during which it was obviously purposeful and functional. But then during the Soviet period, it was demolished and repurposed. But today it stands tall as one of the great symbol of Renaissance, Baroque and Gothic art. If you see, the whole architecture is a combination of different art styles. This reads as an important historic information about the ensemble of the Church of Saint Anne and the Bernardine Church. It says that the Church of Saint Francis of Assisi and Saint Bernardino of Siena, the Bernardine Monastery and the Church of Saint Anne were built at the end of 15th century and the beginning of 16th century. So these are two churches. If you see, this one is another church, this one is river to a town that's called Užupis. And this town is known for its distinctive identity. Like they have their own flag and they have their own like president, and that's what I've come to know through some research. But I don't know if it's completely true or not. But they have their own identity, and they actually call themselves people of Užupis, a very distinct town in Lithuania, although it does come under Lithuanian territory, and obviously legally and constitutionally it is a part of Lithuania. But these people have their own flag. I don't know the logic behind that. And right now I'm standing next to the bridge, and here are some love locks that I want to show you. They're quite rusted. See, this is the river and this is the bridge holding all the logs. But I think that not a lot of people do this thing anymore because all the logs that I see are full of rust. So I guess that it was practiced in all times and people are not interested in doing it anymore. Or maybe the population of Lithuania is so less that, you know, that's all what they've got. Anyways, Lithuania is a nice sweet country, but doesn't have a lot of things to cover. So there are just a few spots in the town, like in Vilnius, and a few outside, but it'll just take you a day or two max to cover the whole country. So this is the Republic of Užupis. If you see, they have a whole banner put up before the entrance of the town. It says Užupis Respublika, translating into Republic of Užupis. The meaning of the word Užupis is basically across the river.
So it's little more.
And it is literally across the river because I'm crossing the river and I'm entering into this town. It's also said to have its own flag. So this is the national flag of Užupis, the town's flag. It has a symbol of hand and it stands for freedom, creativity and culture. Let's go and explore what all the town has. This looks like a cafe, and there's some shops, tattoo shops and stuff like that, and I'm interested to see the flea market. So this is a wall that I saw and I thought that it's so worth capturing. Has so many art pieces, and I think that this is the map of the town. And if you see, there's also a flea market, but there's so many art graffitis here that I think that people, residents of this town, are art lovers. Look at this, so beautiful. Looks like a cafe is open for us for some good coffee. Border control shop that you can buy it from. We bought our magnet from here, but The interesting fact that I'm going to tell you is that since I told you that this is like a very humorous take on having a town to be called as a whole republic, but when we went in one of the shops, the lady gave us this constitution. So this constitution is written in Lithuanian and in English, and it's basically just like a humorous take. It has like 41 points, and some of the points are like very funny, like you can't surrender but you shouldn't fight back, so literally means like you're left with nothing. And yeah, so this is a very funny thing, and I also got a stamp of the republic. So yeah, I like how they're doing things here. So I'm headed to Police Street, which is approximately 90 meters from here, and let's see, because that is going to be our last spot in Vilnius. So Police Street is gonna be the last spot that I cover in this vlog, after which I'm gonna take a bus to Riga, and then I'm gonna stay there, eat there, do my dinner, and then spend some part of my day tomorrow before I leave for Sweden. So that's what's gonna happen. So yeah, follow along. The temperature here is freezing cold, like literally freezing cold. It's minus 18 and it feels like minus 27. So you can imagine like the pain in your hands when you're taking out the gloves to record a video. Too cold. Also the fact that it's so slippery that I almost collapsed twice. So now I'm just gonna sit somewhere and I'm gonna check my ticket again for the bus, and I'm gonna see where the bus stop is. So yeah, whenever you're traveling, this is one of the things that you always have to keep tracking, that routes, if you're going further away or if you're staying nearer to the stations that you have to use the buses from. And yeah, because sometimes these blunders can cost you a lot. Lithuania is a Baltic country. It's not a Nordic country, it's a Baltic country because it's situated near the Baltic Sea. Got a few items for us so that we can eat while waiting for our bus, because it's almost 2 hours to go and we're gonna have dinner in Riga, so we need to fill up ourselves for the hours that we're gonna spend in the bus. And that's why we went into a convenience store and there were a lot of options, so I stacked a few. Sushi with gloves? I don't think so. This takeaway sushi is better than a lot of restaurant sushis that I've eaten, and I'm not even exaggerating. This is it from Vilnius, Lithuania. I'm signing off with this hope that you're gonna subscribe the channel, like my video, and leave your beautiful comments down below. The journey definitely doesn't end here, so stay tuned, hit the notifications bell so that you get all the updates from my channel. The next video is going to be everything about the beautiful city of Riga. Stay tuned and take care of yourself, and don't forget to subscribe the channel.